of your help, of your use. But I want you to think also about each one of these videos, and at the end we're going to have a giveaway. We're going to have some prizes, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what you're all here for, I know, is setting yourself up for this year, 2020. 2020 to me is the most exciting year ever, right? Ever. So this first video that you're going to watch here, this one is very important. This one is about gratefulness, right? Now listen carefully about this. Gratefulness is very important to all of us. And when I start talking at the end about how we're going to set our #1 goal for this year, this is important. This is important. You can't receive anything with a clenched hand, right? You must be, oh, thank you. I'll have that. Thank you for this moment. So listen carefully. We're going to do this first video, and my job here is just to host it, all right? But also to introduce some other things and help you along the way this year, 2020, and let's make this the best year ever, okay? So a couple of my helpers are here. Jeff and Gary are going to hand out a little card. So write on this card any questions you might have, and you get to win the microphone, right? And you get to be famous for about 3 seconds, all right? So you can ask me a question, and then after that, at the end, as I said, we'll roll it all in and there'll be some prizes, and I'll talk a lot about how we're going to make these goals happen. Who has got New Year's resolution? Who knows what they're going to get this year? Oh, good. Good. You see, that's the big problem, right? Most of us don't really know what we want. So we get what we ask for, right? You don't ask for anything, you get what? What did you ask for? Nothing. Get nothing. Okay, you win, right? That's success. So I'm going to teach you about how to ask the right questions of yourself and how to make sure that you get what you ask for, right? Love, money, success, fame, something. Okay. So if you guys want to flick the tape quickly, please, and get us onto the first one. At the end of this, we'll stop, have a quick Q&A, and then we'll move into the next one. So, welcome, enjoy. Everybody understand that? The stop and the look and the go. So we got a few minutes now for Q&A before we hit the next one. Does anybody have any questions, not just for me, but just to shoot up, and maybe somebody has the answer? Does somebody have a question about that? Is it something that they didn't really get? Something that we can contribute as a grateful audience? Nobody? I just want to share what I got out of that, right? You know, I'm an early starter. Gary knows this. At 4 a.m. every day I get up and I exercise my mind and I exercise my body later. Every day I do it at 4 o'clock because my conscious mind is asleep, but my subconscious mind is awake. My creative mind is awake. And this morning when I got out and I opened the door and I looked outside and I thought, I can see the sky. I can actually see the blue sky coming through. Last month I stayed in a hotel room with no windows for 1 month. I didn't know if it was day or night. I never knew what time it was. And suddenly I was so grateful to be able to see the sky, right? And I thought, wow, you know, some people don't see the sky. The trick that I got out of what he was saying there's something very, very powerful, right? It's not asking you to be always happy, because sometimes shit happens, right? Stuff happens to us. Viktor Frankl said, find purpose in everything and you will find peace. And the Dalai Lama said that we always look for peace. That's the first thing we look for, peace of mind. Happiness comes from peace of mind. Relax. Be happy in this moment. Live this moment fully. even in the worst situations, you might find that your job is to simply endure to the next moment, to persevere, to find somebody to help. Right? Be happy that you're still breathing. Happy in this moment. Look around. Look at this place. And how wonderful this is. And it's free, right? Get there. Get there. I won't tell you what I sometimes charge people to talk, but it's free. This is all free. How wonderful is this moment to be around people like you who are journeymen and women on a journey somewhere from somewhere else, while we're all from all over the world together sharing and caring, right? This moment you might meet someone who will change your year, your life. Keep your eyes and ears open. And then he said the most important thing for me is to step into the action, right? When the opportunity comes and knocks, sometimes it's dressed in overalls, or it's got a hard hat on, or it's carrying a shovel. It involves work or doing something that you didn't do before. But it will come when your mind and heart is open. And you're open with gratitude, the opportunity comes. So keep an eye open and then step into it. Do something new. Why not? Who cares? You could have failed doing something you didn't like doing. So why not fail doing something you like doing? Just an idea, right? Just an idea. So I got a lot out of that little talk, right? It's a very powerful talk. Did you see there were already more than 7 million people who have been watching you? So it's a powerful little talk. Have a look at it, save it, have a look at it again. So, I'm going to ask some questions at the end and we'll bring it all together. But this next one is about stress. Who has stress in their life? Stress, huh? A lot of us, huh? I have to tell you that I'm not very good with advising on stress because I just don't have it. I don't have it. I used to have it, and that's when I had hair, right? So now I guess it's gone with the hair. So, but I can't feel what you feel. I'm sorry, because I simply don't have stress. But this lady is an expert on stress, and she is going to talk to you about how you can turn it into something that's beneficial for you, how it can make you feel better, live longer. Because in actual fact, who works in the gym? And you do different types of training. You do, sometimes we do resistance training, right? Stress training, stress the heart, stress the muscles, resistance training. Stress is actually good for that heart muscle, body muscle, in developing our resistance to stress. So listen carefully to this lady. She's got some wisdom, and up to you whether you agree with everything she says, and that's up to you to take it on the piece by piece. As I said, I can't advise you because I simply don't have stress. Right? I wouldn't know what it feels like anymore. I've lost it all. So, and I'll teach you how to deal with that as well. So, Jeff, if you want to go ahead and whack that for us, please. And I forgot to mention Tamil in the back, who's also #1 help. If you need anything, talk to these 3 guys here. They're really great help. They're super duper. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's go. That's operator error. Sorry, thank you. Got it. What about that? Did somebody? Everybody get something? Thank you for coming. Goodbye. Did everybody get something out of that? Understand the stress a little bit more. Anybody got a question? Yes.
Not a question. Just definitely a very unusual way of looking at stress. Especially everyone, I think This is almost like a mantra that people say, oh, I'm so stressed, I'm so stressed. And I have a very stressful husband, so now I will talk to him about this new spin that I just heard about, and hopefully it will help things, yes.
He's thinking about your health, right? He's trying to make you stronger. I see that, right? That a lot of people think, you know what, my job, my life, oh, I cannot believe, you know. So this is about this whole, let's bring someone in and have a pity party, or let's get somebody to talk about this. They're not going to help you. Oh, sorry, another question over here. They're not going to help you. That can't help you, right? But they make your heart stronger, right?
So it's not like a question, it's more like a comment. We all live in Vietnam and we know how stressful it is on the roads here. But like, I just want to like, from Sanganese and like from people who lived here long enough to understand the traffic here, like I just want to understand how people deal with the road over here. Because in Russia, if anyone will drive like this for like a minute, everyone will be pissed off. Like they will scream, they will fight, they will do everything. But somehow here, people, even if the person behind the steering wheel sees like someone cutting like in, he's just driving. He's chill. For some reason, that's what got me thinking of this thing. Maybe like Vietnamese just think about stress to be like better for their lives, but I just haven't figured it out yet. And if you have a question how to be that chill on the roads here, that I would really appreciate it.
I will give answer to your problem because I have faced the same like few years ago, and I'm not driving, I'm just playing the game. So when you play the game during your childhood, you play the real game on your laptop. Right now, you play the game on a real street. So you're not you just play the game and enjoy the game. How you overtaking somebody, and while you're playing on computer game, you're not crying, you're not stressful. Just thinking about the game and play this game. It's not real.
Some of the locals have a bit, some insight for us like weirdos from out another country, you know? You want to pass them the mic there, please, Jeff?
Well, I think first of all, because we have more stressful things to think about, so actually maybe we put in like automobile controlling, like we don't think about driving, we think about something else. we think about something stressful and things else, not that driving. So.
Yeah, I can tell that everyone thinks about something else about driving. That's for sure. Like the majority of people not think about driving when they're driving. That's for sure.
I think like when you like you go somewhere, like cause I think the Vietnamese people, cause they live here like long enough, then they get used to like you know, they live in the mess. You know, like if you go somewhere very cold, like if like someone live in Vietnam and then they go somewhere very cold, at the beginning they might not used to it, you know, but after like for some time, you know, it just takes time.
The battery's flat on this, but anyway, I just spent a month sitting on the beach, right? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just would like to give some comment about why you think Vietnamese people is not stressful in the traffic like that. Because I think that Vietnamese people have a very low expectation of other people in going traffic. Yeah, I think in each area people have a very different expectation. For example, in Vietnam, people have very low expectation when joining traffic like that. But in Russia, maybe you have a higher expectation. I guess if you live in Vietnam for half a year or 1 year, you have the same expectation as us, and that time you will find that not stressful anymore. I mean that, for example, you when you travel in Vietnam, you have expectation from Russia. You will not expect people to cut in your way, but in Vietnam, you should have a lower expectation like that. You can expect that maybe they cut in your way, but in Vietnam, for many people it's still acceptable. So they have you just see that they don't get mad on that. But for example, for other things, maybe Vietnamese people have a high expectation than yours. For example, if you go to, for example, for the other area of life, maybe you have a low expectation, and Vietnamese have a high expectation. And for something that you think that it's very normal, Vietnamese people have a high expectation, though they can get mad for something that you are not mad. And my main point is that because we have different expectations, so we get mad at different things. And feel stressed about different things.
Can I just add on to that? Because actually, it strikes us all when we first come here. India also has this same chaos. In Jakarta, it's not Vietnam didn't invent it, by the way, and China we didn't invent it. But what I got to realize after a while is that first I thought, why am I so angry when someone nearly hits me or hits me? Why do I get angry? I get angry because of my value. Because of my values and perceptions. The people driving along, I think that they should care about me. But they're not even thinking about me. I'm just there. I'm just there, like a pothole or another motorbike. I'm just there. They're not thinking about me at all. It's not like they're angry. They just couldn't give a hoot. Right? They're just not thinking about me. So busy thinking about something that's not related to the traffic, by the way. In a little bit of a trance, often. Like just drifting along. And you hear the bus behind you. Don't care. I don't care. Just drifting along, right? Not dumb, not arrogant, not rude, just not getting involved in it. So not getting stressed by that. But for us outsiders with different values and perceptions and beliefs, and we come here and we say, why? This place is driving me crazy, it's stressful. And the Vietnamese people say, why are you so angry? My wife says, why do you get so angry? You walk home from the office and you're crazy angry. I wasn't angry when I left the office, and now I am ready to punch something, right? It's because my perceptions, it's not to do with the traffic, it's just how I've reacted and built up an anger in myself, a stress in me that isn't there. Imagine this, right? This is what the Dalai Lama again, right? I'm a big fan of the Tao Te Ching and also the Dalai Lama and Guru is one of my favorites. You know, these guys are big thinkers. And he said, look, if you think you've got something going on in your life that makes you angry or stressful, tell your dog. Tell the dog, right? And the dog will just go, tell him again, and he'll just go, what? It's not there. It's here. It's all here. All that stress, all that worry, that thing about money, about the girl, about the boy, about the boss, about the climate change, about what's his name in the USA, Forrest Gump, or whoever he is in charge now. It's in here. It's not real. It's just how you perceive and think about it. Stress is your choice. Happiness is your choice. No? It's up to you. So that, to answer your question, that's a really good point, right? Why do some people get so stressed and everybody else just says, chill out, man. It's not you. Because it's up to you, it's up to us. It takes some time. Anyway, so let's have a look at the next one. This one is about creativity, right? Now, I want you to think about this. In my next book coming out, which I'm going to give away some books coming out, right? There's some things I talk about there in our power of our mind. Only the human mind is designed in its creative form to think up a new environment, right? Everything else is adapted perfectly to its environment, but we are perfectly adapted to nowhere on this earth, and yet we are everywhere on this earth. We build buildings and all this fancy stuff. We go to the moon, we're going to go to Mars, we live in Antarctica, we live underground, we can travel under the sea, we can fly but have no wings. We are the only creature that has this wonderful creative mind that needs to work. Everything else is already perfect for the environment, except us. So that gives us something we are already designed from birth with all the tools, and every one of us is the same, by the way. Einstein's brain is not much different from your own, slightly more focused. And he thought up some great big things, right? Don't ever ask him his phone number or where he lives, because he can't remember that stuff. He doesn't put focus on that. But your mind, your creative juices inside here, you are capable of almost anything you put your heart and mind into, right? Almost anything. Any skill can be learned. You can become an artist, a singer, a dancer, or whatever you choose to do if you apply your mind and your focus and dedicated discipline to it. No other creature on the planet is so well equipped to do it. But most of us aren't using it. Which means, it's only about 5%, right? 5% people really think. About 7% think they think, and the rest would rather die than think. So, if we really think, it puts you in the top % on the world, in the whole world. Just by thinking, just by having one great idea, you can change your life. A couple of great ideas and you can change your whole country or the world. Get that. Get that. Just open your mind a little bit. This guy's talking about creativity. And it's a real passion for me, right? Because one day I decided, you know what, I can't draw. I'm going to draw. So I taught myself to draw, just like that. I went out, bought a book, Drawing for Dummies. So I started to draw. Whatever I want to do, I know that if I put the discipline towards it, I can do it. You want to sing? Sing. Up to you, make a decision. And keep that thought, because at the end of this, not this one, but the next one, I'm going to get you to commit to the thing that you're going to do differently this year, starting today, that you didn't do last year, to give you the results that you really need, you really want, okay? So you can do anything, you can do it, right? Don't look at me like that, I know you can. So it's up to you, and this guy's going to teach you a little bit about creativity, right? So we've already learned about being grateful in this moment. We've already learned that stress is not only good for us, I believe it's actually not even there, but anyway, it's good for us. We've learned that we've got to be happy in the moment, and now he's going to teach you a little bit about creativity. Thanks, Jeff.